Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. This is Ephraim and you're watching Planting with Ep and Grace. Another day, another plant to discuss. Ito na naman ang inyong hardinarong kapitbahay nagsasabing, tara, usap tayo. Hi guys! Mabuhay! Welcome back to our channel. This is Ephraim, yung hardinarong kapitbahay. Magandang araw mga kapuso, kapatid at mga kapitbahay. Now, epiphytes are plants that are considered to be a climber type of plant. And what's really amazing is that they can really survive with less amount of soil. Just try to imagine. Okay? Yung ganong klase ng halaman na hindi masyadong nangangailangan ng soil, pero nakakapag-produce sila ng napakagandang foliages. Now today, we're going to feature about another epiphytes and this is called your... Ayan. This is called RHAPHIDOPHORA LATEVAGINATA. Okay? Okay, again, I repeat. RHAPHIDOPHORA LATEVAGINATA or M. HOTTA. So this is also known as the shingle plants. Now, the origin of this particular plant is not actually quite masasabi natin na hindi masyadong malinaw because these are widely distributed sa Asian region, particularly in the part of Borneo. But there are some material suggests na meron din siya sa Pilipinas and other parts of the Asian region. So kaya ginawa ko na lamang, it's an origin of Asian region. But there are some part na katulad ng Malaysia, they are claiming that this is actually endemic in their particular place. But anyway, this particular plant, we have this one, but as far as I've checked, wala pa masyadong literature regarding with this one. At nahirapan ako talaga sa paghahanap ng kanyang pangalan. So, if you know something about this plant, I would really want you to please show and share your insights about this RHAPHIDOPHORA LATEVAGINATA M. HOTTA. Okay? Okay, so let's begin now. Okay, so as you can see, the leaves are similar doon sa tinatawag nating para siyang ginger or Zingiber officinale yung kanyang dating o yung tinatawag natin parang luya yung kanyang structure. And nung chinek namin to sa plant or sa plant material sa plant identification, ang lumalabas laging ZZ plant and so on and so forth at saka yung ginger at saka yung mga family ng ginger. But anyway, this is quite different. As you can see, kita-kita nyo naman, ba? This is really a large or big type of plant na kinoconsider nating epiphytes. Okay, bakit natin kinoconsider na epiphytes? So pag tinurn natin ngayon yung ating plant, makikita ninyo yung kanyang mga adventitious roots. Okay? Nung saan naka-clustered siya sa bawat nodes ng ating plants. Okay? So nakapapansin niyo, napakaganda ng kanyang itsura. Okay? So the leaves, as you can see, is an adult shoot architecture comprised of clinging physiognomically unbranched type. So, ibig sabihin, dire-diretso lamang yung kanyang daho, yung kanyang pinaka-plant. Okay? And this shingling is a very densely leaf type of plant. Almost identical do sa kanyang fertile stem. So, also, as you can see, parang alternate siya dito sa ating pinakahalaman. And one thing about this one is, yung kanyang adventitious roots ay nagka-collapse or usually kino-cover niya yung pinaka branch ng ating yung kanyang kina-climbing or yung kanyang inaakyat ng mga puno. Okay? So as you can see, maganda yung kanyang pagkaka-collapse. So in this case kasi kailangan namin tanggalin siya actually from the tree and the adventitious roots kailangan namin i-replace siya. For this time only, kailangan namin, naglagay kami ng kanyang bamboo pole para hindi naman siya totally bumagsak. Okay? So, later on, we're going to decide siguro after this particular vlog kung paano namin siya lalagay doon sa pinakamagandang bracket niya or pinakamagandang stable na material para siya ay tumayo as a plant. Okay? So, as you can see, meron siya tinatawag nating sheet. Ayan, meron siyang tinatawag na sheet kung saan siya yung nakakiyakap doon sa pinaka main stems. The main stem is white, para siyang woody type pero medyo mataas kasi yung fiber nung ating pinaka main stem here. Kaya medyo matigas siya actually. But as you can see, ito na yung pinaka para makita natin na malapit na siya dun sa pinaka-adult stage. This is quite different from the rest of the Rhodophyta. Kasi nga, ito ay hindi nagsiseparate yung kanyang mga dahon. Okay? Yung pinaka-leaf blade niya, kung ano nakikita nyo ngayon, yun na siya mismo. Okay? Now, the only difference now is para nga siya sinatawag ko sa inyo kanina na para siyang ginger. Kasi nga, nag-form siya ng ganitong klase ng leaf kung saan siya yung nag-hug dun sa pinaka-main leaves doon. Okay? Now, as you can see, this particular plant is an ovate type or ovate, oblong, ovate, elliptic type of leaves. Tapos, broad yung kanyang leaf blade, yung kanyang pinaka-dahon. Tapos, yung kanyang pinaka-petiole, ayan yung meron tayo dyang extension ng pinaka-dahon na yumayakap doon sa ating pinaka-main leaves. Okay? So, ganun ang kanyang itsura. Okay? Kaya napakaganda niyang gawing actually as part of our house plant. Okay? Now, since na we're talking about here epiphyte, syempre sila yung mga halaman na nasa ilalim ng mga malalaking puno or dun yung siya gumagapang sa malalaking mga puno. Okay? Now, let's talk about this plant. So, paano natin siya gagawin? So, let's talk first about the soil. Okay? The soil, actually, for this particular plant, they really need something that is quite chunky, well-draining type of substrate. So, kailangan natin ng well-draining type of substrate na pwede natin ilagay yung ating plant. So, let's try to look into. Siyempre, ilalagay natin siya sa ating pots. Okay? So, importante po na meron tayong magandang butas or hole do sa ating pots para po hindi magkaroon tayo ng problema regarding with the yung pag-accumulate ng water doon sa bottom ng ating pot at mag-cause ng root rotting at saka yung mga iba't iba pa mga diseases that is actually connected with overwatering. Okay? So, bago yan, let's try to visit now yung kanyang pinaka-root steps. Okay? Now, my plan here is not to replace primarily the whole na soil, pero gusto ko lang siyang dagdagan para magkaroon siya ng parang mas naging mag-improve yung kanyang tinatawag nating root system. Kaya pansinin ninyo, kahit hindi man natin sasabihin, ito ay lumabas na doon sa kanyang pinaka plastic bag. So ibig sabihin, it really needs yung tinatawag nating repotting. Okay, so let's just try to visit them. Okay, so tama ang ating hinala. This is really a very nice plant. At kailangan na talaga natin siyang repot. Okay, now what is nice about this particular plant, especially when it is already an adult or grown type of plants na natin, makikita talaga natin na kailangan talaga niya mag-expand nung ating tinatawag na roots. Okay, so the roots are quite healthy. Wala naman tayo nakikitang any problem with that. So, pakita ko lang sa inyo. Okay, as I remove this one, so kita nyo ito. So, this is actually the healthy roots of our Rhodophyta. Okay, Rhodophyta ba? Oh yeah, yung ating shingling plant. Okay, so napakaganda ng kanyang root systems. And as you can see, meron siyang pinaka-main roots, tapos yung iba ay nagba-branching na. Okay? So, in order for us to really provide a particular needs, so yung pinaka-needs ng ating plants, kailangan na natin talaga siyang i-repot. And as of now, as I told you a while ago, the soil that requires this particular plant for repotting is that we really need a well-draining type of substrate. Now, why am I not saying about the soil mix? Kasi nga, we have to know na itong ating halaman is an epiphyte. It doesn't need exactly yung pinaka-tinatawag nating loam soil, pero kailangan niya yung tinatawag nating similar doon sa ating material, which is a composition of yung tinatawag nating mga cocoa wire. Syempre, kailangan nating lagyan to ng particular yung mga burned na mga rice hull at saka yung mga yung ating mga pumice rocks, which increase primarily yung ating aerations doon sa ating pinaka-halaman. So, drainage is the main thing here. So dapat ang ating plant ay well-drained type kanyang pinaka-medium. Okay? Pinaka-medium. So, we're going to apply some of these things doon sa ating pinaka-plant. So, I prepare now medyo malaking roots since na yung kanyang roots ay medyo malaking pot since na yung kanyang roots ay medyo kailangan na niyang talaga mag-expand. Okay? So I'm not going to, ang tawag dito, I'm not going to ruin yung pinaka-root system niya kasi nga syempre, iniiwasan din natin yung yung stress ng roots or yung stress ng plants para sa pagre-repot. Okay? So we're just going to put it there. Ayan. Oop, shoot. Okay, so we're going to put this one here. Okay. Now in terms of the fertilizer, the main thing here is the fertilizer or this particular plant can do well in a balanced fertilizer, or yung the feeding mechanism of this particular plant requires a balanced fertilizer, or pwede tayong gumamit ng high nitrogen fertilizer. And we could apply that high fertilizer or high amount of fertilizer monthly, in a monthly basis. So pwede nating bigyan siya ng fertilizer in a monthly basis. Kaya okay na yun, maganda na yung ganung klase ng practice. Okay? Next, what else? Now, in terms of the light requirements for this particular plant, this plant requires a bright filtered light. Since nasabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, this is a type of plant na tinatawag nating epiphyte. So, this particular plant lives primarily sa outdoor, particularly sa ilalim ng mga malalaking mga puno. And kumukuha lamang siya ng konting mga liwanag or nag-reach siya ng liwanag from the cover. So ibig sabihin, kailangan niya rin ng liwanag ng araw, pero hindi kailangan niya ng masyadong harsh condition ng ating ng araw. So it means to say na kailangan nating i-monitor or i-maintain yung requirement niya na small amount of light, pero bright light. So yung harsh condition ng light is actually a very pwedeng maging harmful, or it is actually harmful to this particular plant kasi it could really damage yung kanyang pinakadahon. Okay? Now, in terms of the watering, this particular plant, since na understory nga siya, loves to stay moist. Okay? So, especially during the time of its growing period. So, since na we have already here an adult type of shingle plant na to, okay, so we have to, syempre, lilesen natin yung amount of soil. Pero we have to see to it na dapat ay ma-maintain natin yung kanyang moist environment. Okay? So, another thing about this one, syempre, we have to consider also yung kanyang humidity. So, since nasa loob naman tayo ng bahay, I think the humidity that this particular plant requires is just enough or right condition sa loob ng ating bahay. So, tamang-tama lang na siya ay i-keep natin sa loob ng ating bahay, especially when humidity is concerned. Pero kung if you want to put this one outside, we have to require, syempre, na we have to choose a particular place kung saan mataas ang humidity. Or if not, we have to put yung tatawag nating plate sa ilalim na may mga bato, tapos mayroon siyang mga water, or may water yon para kung saan it will increase primarily the humidity of this, of the surroundings of this particular plant. Okay? So, syempre, we should not leave this plant not dry for a very long period of time kasi definitely it will definitely harm the plant itself. Okay? So yun yung mga kailangan nating conditions, especially with this particular type of plant. Okay? Now I have mentioned already the humidity. This plant can tolerate standard household humidity, typically around 30 to 40%. And this particular plant love added humidity if you want to do that. Okay? If you can place this near the humidifier or group it with other plant, it will greatly benefits. And also, the temperature-wise, it's like most of the aroids, and it doesn't like temperatures that are too cold. Okay, so ayaw niya nung mga masyadong malamig. So, if I were you, if you want to keep this kind of plant, we have to remove this one doon sa mga areas kung saan nadadaanan ng hangin galing sa aircon. Okay, kasi masyadong malamig yon. And also, syempre, we have to consider yung kanyang system. Okay, yung kanyang requirement. Okay, kasi usually yung mga cold wind ay medyo dry yung kanyang yung hangin na nanggagaling sa kanya. Okay. Now, common problems that you might be able to encounter in having this particular plant. As evidence, we have to deal with spider mites. Okay? It is not seems to be susceptible to pests more than any plant. So I would be worried if letting it sit in water or using a potting mix that is too dense and can lead to root rot. So sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, moist type of soil lamang, moist lamang ating kailangan i-maintain dito at hindi dapat siya nagka-clog ng water. Okay, now, in terms of the propagation, this particular plant can be propagated and fairly is in propagating by stem cutting with a particular internode or nodes, with the nodes and roots in water. So, madali lang naman yan. If I were you, if you want to propagate this particular plant, so ito yung tinatawag nating pinaka-nodes. So, ang cutting natin ay in between this particular area para yun naman ang ating itanim sa susunod na or itanim sa kanyang another medium. Okay? So, you could use primarily, so we could use water propagation. So, dun muna natin siya ibabad until it will grow some roots. Or we could put it directly with soil or sphagnum moss. Okay? So, they can sometimes be a bit slow to take up in water, pero kailangan talaga nila ng magandang supply ng water. So, if I were you, if you still want to have this particular plant, kailangan natin siyang sprayan ng water. Okay? Siguro mostly mga 4 times a week kailangan niyang magkaroon ng water. Especially in the upper area. Okay? Sa upper area, kailangan natin siya mag-supply ng water. Not only doon sa kanyang pinaka-soil. Okay? Or pinaka-soil medium. Okay? So, I think that's all, folks. You're watching Planting with F and Grace. Please give us comments, suggestions, or anything that you would like to ask about this particular plant, and we would be happy to help you regarding with this. Okay? And you may add to your FB list our FB page, si Maria Gracia at ang Lihim na Hardin. See you again next time for another fruitful time of discussing unique type of plants. And see you again, and thank you, and goodbye.